First of all, I'm acknowledging right now, I know I don't look good in this hat. I know I should probably not be wearing hats in general. Okay, so you could say what you want to say. I know I look like a Donald Trump. You're getting arrested. And some people go, oh, it's just going to make him more of a martyr. It's just going to make him more empowered. It's just going to make his base stand behind him more. He didn't need to get arrested for these dummies to still continue to be behind him. This is just more excuses for the fact that the guy gave a former porn star, stripper, Stormy Daniels, $130,000 for hush money. And that's... Yes. Yes. It's a chilly day here in New York. Nueva York, eh? But I have a good feeling, a very good feeling that Tuesday, it's going to be warm. It's going to be warm, and even if it ain't, I think people are going to be out in the streets. I think good people, bad people, but people are going to be out in the streets on Tuesday, because Tuesday will go down in infamy, not just in New York City, but worldwide. First of all, I'm acknowledging right now, I know I don't look good in this hat. I know I should probably not be wearing hats in general. Okay, so you could say what you want to say. I know I look like a in this hat. It's cold out. Okay? We ain't here to talk about the cold. We ain't here to talk about my hat. We're here to talk about favors. It's very simple. What is happening to pig Donald Trump? It's simple mathematics. And it comes down to favors and being in good graces with people. I'm going to acknowledge right now, I think all politicians are corrupt in some way, shape, or form. Smoking Joe Biden, Cadaver Joe. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. His son's a crackhead. Okay? China Joe. Yes, he did things with China. Okay? B-Rock, Barack. I don't know exactly what he did, but I'm sure he did some things. Kamala, we know what she did up there with Sweet Dick Willie Brown when she was working in San Francisco, California. We know how many people, black people, she put in jail. We know she is not clean. She ain't no saint. We know that ill Bill Clinton, Bush Sr., cowboy hat, Ron Reagan, none of them are clean. None of them have been clean. Nixon, none of them. Maybe Jimmy Carter was clean. He seemed clean. But I'm sure if we dug up deep enough, we'd find something on Jimmy. Okay, but we're not here to talk about Jimmy. We're not here to talk about Sweet Dick Willie Brown and what went down with Kamala Harris. We're not here to talk about old man Joe Biden. We're not here to talk about China. We're not here to talk about Hunter Biden's laptop. Okay? We're not here to talk about anybody else except for pig dick Donald Trump. Now, I said we were going to talk about favors. This wall does not do anything for me with this hat. Being against this dark wall with this dark hat doesn't do me any favors. It's funny, I just said favors again because it all comes back to favors. Let me use myself as an example. The other night, I went to a great restaurant in New York City. All right, I'm Michael Rapaport. You know, some might say beloved actor, iconic New York personality. They gave me a reservation. I called a few days early. Treated me like gold when I went to this restaurant. If I had went into that restaurant and acted like a prick. Didn't tip the waiters, was rude to the waitstaff, was rude to customers. It was just the next time I call in for a reservation and they maybe push me to the front of the reservation line, they might say, you know what, Michael Rapaport, f*** you, asshole. You ain't coming here again. You were rude. You were an asshole. You didn't appreciate the food. You didn't appreciate the waitstaff. And just in general, you were a dick. You're out of favors at our restaurant. Okay? We saw The Godfather. We saw Tessio. He asked Tom before they were going to take him and do God knows what. We never saw how they whacked Tessio. Fish. From Barney Miller. Sal Tessio. And he says, for old time's sakes, and Tom Hagen goes, sorry, Sal, he can't do it, because Tessio was out of favors. The reason why slob dick Donald Trump is going to be arrested, fingerprinted, mugshotted, handcuffed, and walked into jail in New York City on Monday is because he's out of favors, because he's such a asshole. Don't bring up Joe Biden. Don't bring up Obama. Don't bring up anybody else. Do not. Nobody else is getting arrested on Tuesday except for Dick Stain, Donald Trump, because he's out of favors, because he's such an asshole for so long. He has been such a prick for so long. Rude to people, not paying his bills. Rude to people, lying to people, bragging, being obnoxious, being an asshole. This is a guy who's wealthy. This is a president, a former president, whether you like him or not. This is a former president who has somehow, some way lost all of his favors. No one's going to do anything to make him look good in Manhattan. Alvin Bragg, who I knew growing up in New York, Alvin, so happy for him. And I'm sure he can't sleep at night knowing that on Tuesday, somebody who is earned the right, somebody who's in the good graces, unlike Dick Stain, Donald Trump, somebody who still has a bunch of favors and has people behind him, has people caring for him, people wanting to see him do good, is going to have the honor and the privilege of putting handcuffs on a former president who's lost all his favors. Nobody's going to turn the other cheek. Nobody's going to let things slide. Nobody is going to let this go unnoticed. Dick Stain, Donald Trump, you're getting arrested. And some people go, oh, it's just going to make him more of a martyr. It's just going to make him more empowered. It's just going to make his base stand behind him more. He didn't need to get arrested for these dummies to still continue to be behind him. This is just more excuses for the fact that the guy gave a former porn star, stripper, Stormy Daniels, $130,000 for hush money. And that's the only one we know of. There's another chick from Playboy who apparently he gave $160,000 or $150,000. And some people go, well, it happens. Yes, people do bad things. And you know what? If you're in the good graces of other people, they'll let powerful people or likable people get away with things. Not slob dick. Not pig dick Donald Trump. He has lost those favors. He's lost those favors because he's not likable. He's obnoxious. And that's why he's getting arrested. And no, his base, his supporters did not need him to be arrested to believe every single thing that Pig Dick says, like a crackhead, like a good old crackhead. Those crackheads, they can't control themselves. That new crack, that new batch comes back on the street, and they go back out there. And that drug dealer, a.k.a. Dick Stain Donald Trump, he sells that crack. He sells that bullshit, just like he's selling protest. Let me tell you something. You guys that are going to come to New York and protest, risk it all, get yourself arrested in the name of Dick Stain Donald Trump, I feel bad for you because you're strung out on Dick Stain Donald Trump crack. That's crack he's selling to you. He is selling that crack. Protest, we need our country back. No, motherfucker. You did this to yourself. So if you want to come to New York and protest in the name of a guy who wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire, a guy that wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire, knock yourself out. When you get arrested in the same building that he got arrested in, he ain't going to bail you out. Just like he didn't bail out any of the January 6 people that risked it all. The QAnon shaman, you think that pig dick Donald Trump sent him any commissary money? The guy who took a shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk and the list of them that are in jail that risked it all on his behalf? You think he sent them a letter? You think he sent them any commissary? No, because he doesn't care. So come to New York. I'll be dancing in the streets. Come to New York and get yourself arrested in the same building that Pig Dick Donald Trump is going to get arrested on Tuesday. He'll be in that building fingerprinted. And then he'll go to trial and the charges may stick, they may not stick. But he's done it to himself. And Dick Stain Donald Trump Jr., you're groveling, saying all these things. It's, oh, they just got him nominated. It's going to go down the way it's going to go down. The reality is that he paid off Stormy Daniels $130,000 hush money because he treats his wife, miserable Melania, like shit. This is just the one we know about. Then there's the Playboy girl who he paid off money to. Those charges are looming. Miserable Melania. No wonder she looks like... No, you know how many women he's probably paid off that she knows about? You know how many women he's paid off that she doesn't know about? And he says, they're not coming after me. This is a Trump quote. The reality is they're not coming after me. They're coming after you. No, asshole. We're coming after you. And we got you. Tuesday. See you next Tuesday, motherfucker. And let me tell you something. The weather's supposed to be great. And I don't care if it's good. I don't care if it's a blizzard, a tsunami. There's going to be people dancing in the street. Dancing in the street. When you with the perp walk. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see Dick Stain Donald Trump handcuffed in one of his... So, I wonder if they frisk him. And when they frisk him, what do they do when they see his man diaper? Does he have to take that off when they put him in the cell? Does he have to take off his spandex when they put him in the cell? Because he's going to be wearing a man diaper. What are they going to do with Dick Stain Donald Trump's man diaper when they arrest him? Hey, I got arrested once. They had me do the squat. They make sure you don't have anything in there. Who knows? The embarrassment. You've brought it. You've done it all to yourself. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see it all go down on Tuesday. That perp walk. That good perp walk. See you next Tuesday, asshole.